here. So today I'm going to show you how I do my full Gyaru makeup transformation. Everything from foundation, contouring, blush, the whole 9 yards. So from the very beginning. If you've always wanted to see how I do my Gyaru makeup, because you guys have been asking me to finally do a Gyaru makeup tutorial whenever I post a photo in the Gyaru-style Facebook group. I will link that here if you guys would like to join to learn more about Gyaru, or if you are a gal yourself, that would be super awesome to join. But every time I do post in the Facebook group, you guys are always asking me, oh my god, how do you do your nose stripe? How do you get your contour so like straight and blah? So many questions. So in this video, I hope to answer most of your questions. If there is something that I forget, I would love if you commented that down below, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Or if I leave something out, maybe I forget like a brush name or a product, I may forget sometimes. Most of the time I'm pretty good about remembering anything. But yeah, if there's anything else I can help you with, please just at me below. But I did take a few notes here. Just a disclaimer, I just wanted to say, you absolutely do not need as much makeup as what I have. So I'm a pro makeup artist as well. So I actually use some of these eyeshadow palettes, contour palettes and things on my clients, but also on my own face. I disinfect them, sanitize them, everything like that. But yeah, I'm a makeup collector. I've been collecting makeup for maybe, I would say, 7-8 years now. Everything that in my collection is 100% vegan and cruelty-free because I'm a vegan. I've been vegan for almost 11 years now. But yeah, I just want to say, like, starting out, there are amazing drugstore products out there. Like when I was like younger, even in high school, you can totally achieve Gyaru makeup with like cheaper, not cheaper, like more affordable eyeshadow palettes. Like even I have some like Morphe, Wet n Wild, NYX. If you live in Australia, Australis is a great brand as well. Makeup Revolution, I Heart Revolution actually do one of my favorite blushes ever, and it is like a few dollars. It's crazy. And the highlighter as well. Oh my god, I forgot to put on highlighter. What in the world? I am pretty matte today though. I've got enough glitter on my eyes. Oh, there we go. Yes, queen. Oh, them cheeks are coming to life, finally. I knew I was missing something. I didn't highlight under my brow bone either. Man, that's okay. But yeah, today the contact lenses that I'm wearing, they're called, I believe, EOS New Adult Gray. So these are gray contacts. I really love the way they look. From far away, they almost give like a bluish sort of effect, but I feel like the cooler toned colors like blue, gray, purple look really nice with the colors that I have in my hair extensions. But I know that, so the general focus of Gyaru makeup, I say, is the eyes. So the reason we wear eye enlarging contact lenses, what they call circle lenses, is to make our eyes appear bigger. So the colored parts of our eyes, what is it called? Total brain fart, I can't remember. Cornea, is that right? I don't know, something. Anyways, the colored part of our eyes, it makes them bigger, it makes our pupils look more dilated, more of that like really cute like wide-eye innocent effect. And the main focus of the makeup as well, so you don't want your eyebrows to be too bold, you still want them to be done, but you don't want your eyebrows, your lipstick, your contour to be the focus of the makeup. You want your eyes. So everything else on the face is quite soft and blended, even though it is a lot of makeup, not a natural makeup by any means. I know in this video I use the word natural a lot, but you know what I mean. Humor me. More natural, more realistic, but not natural. No way, Jose. I feel like if you don't want to wear makeup or do your hair, but you want to be Gyaru, like, what? There are heaps of other different J fashion substyles out there. Like, Gyaru may not be for you. I don't know. There are more toned down styles though, like Himekaji, but you still need lashes and stuff, you know, and you still don't want to offend anyone, but yeah. One thing I would say though, for example, maybe you're not able to wear contact lenses or you just don't want to wear contact lenses, you can totally be Gyaru, but what I say, the essence of Gyaru is all balanced. So for example, if you're not wearing circle lenses that are super like big, bam, in your face, make all the other elements of your eye makeup stand out. So make them really pop. So maybe instead of wearing contact lenses, use bigger lashes and make sure that you've got your eye shape correct. So with Gyaru makeup, we connect the inner corner to our top liner, almost like that cat eye effect. Not so much on the outside edge, so it's not necessary that you create wing liner. Wing liner isn't actually really Gyaru at all. Gyaru is more like that cute, droopy kind of like sad, like puppy eye, like you you know what I mean? That's the sort of general eye shape that we're trying to create by dragging the, what is it called? Waterline, dragging it down, making it lower, you know? Literally droopy, making it look droopy. But if you put white eyeliner in the waterline, it can look like cosplay really fast. So that's why I like using like a skin colored pencil, because it's a bit more natural, you know what I mean? Natural-ish. But yeah, what else have I got written here? Tips, tricks, nothing important. Balance, balance, balance. Oh, you don't need name brand lashes. So if you see like all the cool like Dolly Wink, Angel Eye with a or I don't know, bougie, and it's great because those styles of lashes were created specifically for Gyaru makeup. So they're quite like sharp. I'll go into more detail actually in my next video, which I'll link below as well if you want to check that out. I'll show you my collection of lashes and go more in depth about it. But you totally do not have to have name brand lashes. There are stores like Morphe, Allure, eBay, AliExpress, all these shops you can get off-brand lashes. And like today I've actually glued 2 pairs together. I think I got, so like I literally got these. They were on eBay for like less than, I think like $12 or $13, and there's like they're a 5-pack. Yeah, so they're not too expensive, to be honest. Yeah. So DIY it yourself. Cut them up, get little tiny scissors, glue them together, you know, like Frankenstein it. Kind of create your own little monster to stick on your eyes. Seriously, you can DIY nearly everything in Gyaru, which another video, Shein. I'm going to be doing a haul from Shein. So I'm going to use some accessories and show you how you can create DIY Gyaru clothes as well. So if you'd like to know, I will link that below. Yes! Oh my god. Okay. Where are we here? Yeah. Light eyebrows, not that like Instagram baddie look, because when you carve out the brows with concealer and all that extreme stuff, like I used to do in the past as well, but when I'm trying to create a specific look that is cohesive with the Gyaru-ness, and yeah, you want to fit into a subculture, which isn't mandatory. You don't have to put yourself in a box. You can be totally like, you know, left field, do your own thing. But when you want to fit under a label like Lolita, Gyaru, Decay, what else? Visual K, all the K's, Manhattan, so much stuff. The options are endless with J fashion. There's so many subcultures out there. Gal isn't for you. Try something else if you still want to be a part of the J fashion community. There's so many. I dabble in a lot of different sources of gay fashion. J fashion, but you know, gay fashion too. We here, we queer my life. Okay, great. I'll do a great start. Man, you can use how I'm getting tired or what? Oh my god. Okay, sure. Oh, something I recently started doing with my gal makeup as well. I'm highlighting this little eye bag, like underneath here. There's a name for it. I think it's called like ahigyo. Is that right? Not ahigyo, like no. I don't know. English. I don't know. Well, it's not an English word. It's I believe a Japanese or a Korean word. I don't know, but I'll put it in the screen here. What I mean. But I've started drawing that under my eyes to really make that little like little eye bag more prominent. So that is the illusion that I'm creating in the makeup for you, and I hope that you enjoy it. So I'm just gonna sing and serenade to you till you enjoy it. Yeah. The eyes are the main focal point. You don't want the lips to stand out, so you don't want to really like overdraw your lips, big like injected like lip looking thing. Like I like that look too. Like if you see me on it on day, that's what I look like. But for gal, you want it to be quite natural. Yeah. Natural. But on to it. You didn't come here to watch me talk. You came here to see the makeup be putting on my face and all that stuff. So bye. I'm breaking already. Okay. Ah! What is that? Oh my god, guys, I am so sorry you had to see this, but I told you and I meant what I said. We are starting from the bottom for real. So I've got these natural like bags under my eyes. So with Gyaru makeup, I'm going to accentuate that even more. And you can see I do have hooded eyes as well. So we're gonna bring the eyeliner further down to create like a droopy effect. But yeah, I'll tell you more about that when we get there. So right now I've just put on a bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Primer Putty, and I just filled that in on the oilier parts of my face. So like my nose, I've got quite large pores, T-zone, smile lines, forehead, any areas that I really just want to smooth and blur. So I am curling my lashes now. I literally curl my lashes every day. There is not a time that I would do my makeup without curling my lashes. To me, it is essential. I've got really short and straight lashes. So when they're curled, not by much, but it makes them a little bit longer. Okay, so now that we're curled, and I like to curl my lashes like 3 pumps on each eye, and I do that maybe 3 times. But yeah, now we're all curled, looking fresh. Yeah. Okay, so here I've got my Tarte Poreless Primer. I'm not sure if they're discontinuing this stuff or what, but I noticed Sephora's website still had a few in stock, but I don't seem to see it on the Tarte website anymore. So what's happening? Does anybody know? Not me. But now that my first primer is dried, I'm going to be putting this one again, just in the T-zone and on all of my wrinkles. We're trying to make them disappear, okay? As best as we can anyways. I'm gonna be putting on a lot of foundation, and I've got quite oily skin, so I use foundations which are pretty matte. So if you put matte foundation on top of your wrinkles, sometimes it can make them look worse. So that's why we want to have this primer laid down to make everything go on smoother. And you can see I brush a little bit into my brows as well, kind of like emulating the same technique as like a brow gel. Oh, I need a drink. Okay, so here I'm just taking my Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. This lip plumper does sting and tingle a little bit, so I don't recommend buying it like if you've got sensitive skin. There is another one which I use later in the video from Alpha Age, so it is a more natural lip plumper, and I would say if you're looking for an alternative, definitely try that one. That one doesn't sting as much. Safer ingredients as well. Okay, so here we've got our cream contour palette. You can use either one of these. I would say KVD Vegan Beauty is a creamier formula, so like I'm really oily. I find the KVD gets a little bit oily on me sometimes, so I prefer the Anastasia one, which I have here. I'm using this one today because it's a bit more matte, so I would say Anastasia is more for your oily boys and girls, and then your KVD is a little bit creamier. So I would say if you've got mature skin, or if you are a bit more dry. I really like to work the product back and forth. Sometimes like I'll put it on the back of my hand just to get it warm. So this is really going to help it melt into the skin. But yeah, once you get it nice and melted, then you're ready to put it on. Okay, and I'm just mixing those two colors, the peachy one and the yellow one. I'm mixing them together and I'm sort of melting them on my palette. But yeah, I like putting it on the back of my hand because the warmth from our skin actually melts the product and makes it sit a lot better. So I'm just putting this in the areas that I want to color correct. In other words, all over my entire face. I hate how pink and red that my cheeks get, so let's hide that. And my big old bags under my eyes, oh my god. Let's not talk about it, okay? I feel very vulnerable when I come on this channel sort of like exposed without a face on. Very self-conscious, okay? So you guys be nice, please. I put a little bit too much on my palette, so I'm just doing a bit more on the redness of my cheeks because yellow is going to color correct any of that redness. Okay, so now that we have let that lip plumper sort of cook for a few minutes, I'm gonna wipe this off so I can do the rest of my foundation, because let me tell you, you do not want to get this stuff anywhere near your eyes or any other part of your face, because it will sting. So yeah, I'm being super careful. So today I've got two of my favorite full coverage foundations. For Gyaru makeup, you definitely want a full coverage foundation to even out the skin. Sometimes having a bit of redness peek through can be way too distracting. So when our goal is to make our eye makeup the focus of our face, we don't want any like redness or blemishes distracting the eye to other parts of the face, if that makes sense. So we just want to create a really clear and perfect illusion. But yeah, so today I've got my IT Cosmetics Love is a Foundation brush. So this is a really awesome buffing brush. It is super soft, and man, the best thing about a buffing brush, it gets your makeup on quick, let me tell you. Today we're using Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. So it's got a moussey sort of thick texture. I'd say it's like a medium to full coverage sort of buildable foundation. And I mixed it with Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation. So that is pretty thick full coverage foundation. It does give you a bit more of a glow, but I would say it's still like a natural matte finish, but very full coverage. And it's more like the consistency of your traditional liquid foundation. But yeah, bringing that color all the way down my chest. My face is a lot lighter and a bit more pink than my chest, but I'm just taking the leftover foundation that I had on my palette because I don't want to waste any, and I'm just covering the areas where I can see a tiny bit of redness. Like, we're wearing a mask today. I don't want to see any trace of my natural skin peeking through, okay? I want it gone. All of it. You are banished. Oh my god. So yeah, just buffing that in, same as we did before. Just creating that second layer. Oh, peep my wig. Y'all know it ain't a secret. I wear wigs. Normally I will do my foundation before I put on my hair, but guys, I ain't really coming on here like bald headed and freaking, like, a naked face is bad enough, okay? You have to see me in my natural state. Woke up like this. That's an embarrassment if you ask me. Oh my gosh. But I'm just blending out those brush marks so you don't see any streaks with my wet beauty blender. And I just spray mine with a little bit of water or run it under the sink to get it a little bit wet. So next I have got my favorite concealer. There's two that I like actually. I'll show you these ones. Okay, so Beauty Blender Bounce Concealer. This one is really nice. I like the applicator on it because I can, it's like a miniature beauty blender, so I can get a really clean nose stripe with that one. But Huda Beauty, this one is really nice and creamy. I find it not super matte, so it's not as dry. So I really like using this under my eyes, and it's got like a slanted sort of applicator, so you can really just like go in like that if you want to. I hate touching stuff to my face, so I'm just gonna put a little bit like on the back of my hand, or if you want you can use a palette. So that was the Huda concealer. I'll keep Beauty Blender nearby though, because this stuff looks really nice over top of foundation once you've set it with powder. So I might go back in and highlight my nose with this one later on. It really just To me, it really just depends on the day. I do my makeup different every day. I have so many products. You guys definitely don't need as many as me. If you're just starting out, I'm a bit of a makeup collector, so I've got way too much. But yeah, I've got way more than I need, for sure. And I coat both sides of the brush just to try to get it really flat and skinny, okay? But yeah, I'm just using this light concealer to highlight the parts of my face that I want to highlight. Just add a bit more dimension. And blending that in again with my beauty blender. Blend, blend, blend. Be careful when I come to the nose. I don't want to get that white color too much on the sides of my nose. So I pretty much just want it to be like right down the middle of the bridge of my nose, okay? I mean, it probably doesn't really matter too much since we're gonna be contouring it in a minute anyways, but I just try to work as neatly as possible. Highlight them titties though. Yes. Man, I could do a whole like body contouring video in its own. If that's something you guys would like to see, let me know. So, next I've got here is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick. This one here is the shade Walnut. So it's kind of like a warmish neutral tone because with the concealer we've kind of taken all of the warmth out of our face. So I like to use this to bring a bit back. Some people prefer using the color Amber because it's more cool tone, more gray. But yeah, it's all up to personal preference really. I'll show you what I mean. Then we're gonna blend that shit. Yes, queen, blend. And we're just gonna keep this at the sides of the nose. We're still gonna leave that really white highlight in the middle, okay? And we take it all the way up into the eyebrow. And I just want the face to have continuity and blend with the makeup on the body. So what I'm gonna do is put a little bit just on my collarbones here. And then contour the cleavage as well. And because this sponge has our foundation color on it already, it's not going to look as dramatic and harsh because the foundation on here is going to help blend it out. Okay, so now that we got them titties contoured and oh my gosh, we're blending that in. Blending, 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 blending. Sorry if this is TMI, guys. Feel free to fast forward, but Gyaru is known for being a sexy style, and if I've got my chest out on display, I want my foundation to match my neck, so I blend it all the way down. Jiggle, jiggle. Okay, so now I'm going to do a deeper contour, which is more cool tone, to create that illusion of a shadow. I'm gonna go in here with this middle shade. And I actually love using this Sedona lace brush. So this is really skinny, so perfect for getting that straight line at the sides of the nose. And this is the 781 brush. And see, that looks a little bit crazy, but I promise we're gonna blend it. Okay, so now we're just blending out that contour. So we just sort of want it to fade out gradually until it becomes the same color as our foundation, but then we want it to be darker towards the center of our nose, where we're gonna do our nose stripe. But yeah, darker in the middle along the sides of our nose, and then blend it out to a lighter color. And we're gonna contour our face now. So, a lot of people make the mistake of putting their contour too low. For example, this side of my face is a lot skinnier than this side, so it's easier for me to show you with this one because it's more like sunken kind of. It's skinnier, okay? It's skinnier. But see how it creates that line when I do my little suck in my face like a fish? A lot of people want to contour on that line, but that's a no-no. That's going to make your face look a little bit more older, like kind of droopy, and even a bit more manly features as well, because that is actually a technique that we use in drag for drag kings to make their bone structure look more masculine. So you don't want to go here, right? So you see, sorry, my clip-in extension, but you see the top of my ear? You want to go this much higher. So I always line it up to the top of my ear. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So I'm cleaning off my brush here, so there's no product, and I'm gonna start buffing this in. And we're going up, so we're blending it up, we're not dragging it down, because we don't want our cheeks to look sort of saggy. And you don't want to bring it all the way into your nose contour. So if I look straight ahead, do you see where my pupil is? Like the center of our eyes? You really want to stop it right here. You don't want to go in any further. And that's the same with blush as well. And with Gyaru makeup, we want the focus to be the eyes. So we want our contour to be really blended. We don't want to leave any harsh lines. So none of that like Kim Kardashian baked for the gods business. Okay. And I'm gonna go over that one more time. Gyaru makeup takes a lot of blending. Let me tell you, you guys are probably, arms are about to fall off if you're not used to blending this much. Sorry. But because this has our foundation color on it, this is what's gonna make everything blend really nice. I'm just tapping it over. It's okay with this now if you do go a little bit lower, because that's gonna blend away that harsh line. So you wanna go over the line. So see, it's really soft and blended. You don't want to see any harsh line. But yeah, stop here. You don't want your blush and contour to be like in here and have like those chipmunk cheeks, okay? If you accidentally do go too far, you can always go back in with a little bit of lighter concealer to brighten that area up again if you need to. So don't worry. Okay. Oops, what happened there? Not sure. Okay, so you might want to use a different beauty blender for this, since that one has your darker sort of contour shade on it. So if you want to, you totally can. But yeah, I'm gonna go in with more of the lighter concealer, and I'm going to set my makeup with powder, and then I'm gonna define the nose stripe even more. The first stage of concealer that we did was mostly to conceal the darkness under our eyes and brighten up a little bit, but this is to really give us that extreme highlight. When you put your concealer over top of your foundation, it's more pigmented. If you have it underneath your foundation, it's more subtle. And you see how I've covered up some of that really deep contour shade that we did? It's gonna look more natural now with this lighter concealer blending into it. Natural. You guys know what I mean. This is, Gyaru makeup is not natural by any means. What I mean, as in more realistic when I say natural. So first you just want to make sure that you blended out any creases from the concealer. So I normally will blend in my forehead, my smile lines, and then the creases under my eyes, but also on my eyelids as well, before I set with my powder. I like to do one eye at a time. I've got really oily eyelids, so they crease quite easily. Okay, so we've just set our concealer and I'm just sort of blending that all over the rest of my face, especially on my chin and forehead where I get the most oily. Want to make sure that I set that with a powder just to keep the shine down throughout the day. There's nothing worse than when you're wearing a full face of foundation and it starts to break down and feels really shiny and greasy. So the powder is just going to help it stay matte but also stay on your face so it doesn't melt off. When you're wearing as much makeup as I am today, the last thing you want is for it to be like dripping and melting off your face, especially if it's really hot like summertime, wherever it is in your neck of the woods. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but here in Melbourne it's starting to get a little bit warmer, that's for sure. Okay, so I've just put on a little bit more of my lip balm slash plumper. The reason I like to do this is to sort of give time to moisturize our lips since we wiped it off when we did the foundation. Yeah, if you're putting a matte lipstick, it can be a little bit dry sometimes. So that's why I like having like a lip balm underneath. But yeah, next we're gonna move on. So I have this brush here from Huda Beauty. It's a double-ended brush. One side is for, you can actually use this to bake under your eyes as well with setting powder, but I like to have a couple separate brushes because I like to use this for like a white highlight powder, and then the other side you can use for either a blush or contour or bronzer. But, so, this is the Lunarscape Cosmetic Labs contour palette. This white shade is like straight up white, and this one here is kind of like a banana-y, like yellow color. But I'm gonna kind of use both, mix them. And this is gonna give even more coverage under the eyes. Can you see the difference though? It brightens up so much. And so you can see I've just put the product on one side of the brush, so I kind of dip it in. I'll show you. I dip it in like that on the brush, and that is the side with the contour powder on it. You can see this side I use to do my nose contour, and I take it all the way up to my eyebrow. That is going to blend into your eyeshadow. You can even use a bit of this. I do all the time. I just take it on an eyeshadow brush, and I like to put a little bit in the crease of my eye too. I'm going to do the exact same thing, just on the other side. And you can even like pinch the brush so it's really skinny as well. I do that sometimes. Like I'm kind of holding it, like I'm pushing my fingers against the side that doesn't have any powder on it. So I'm pushing that literally into my face, because we want it to stick. We don't want it to just blow away. We want our contour powder to stay on. And this isn't actually contour, this is a bronzer, but I actually really like the color, so that's why I use it for contour. And then just so the face matches all together, we'll do a bit up here. Excuse me while I move my wig, sorry about it. Okay, so we don't want to use much, just a little bit on the cheeks, because we still want it to be really soft and blended. We want the eyes to be the focus. We don't want to have that like really chiseled Kim K look, okay? And we want it to be quite high. Remember, we don't want droopy cheeks. So I put my contour or my bronzer up here, just a little bit. And again, I'm just using that product on one side of the brush. I haven't coated the whole brush, because then I feel like it goes everywhere a little bit. And the smaller brush that you use when you place the bronzer on, I feel like I have more control of the product and it doesn't go like all over my face. For example, if I would use a brush like this size or even like this size and try to like put it on, there's gonna be bronzer everywhere. So what I do, I use a smaller brush to get that precise like placement to start. And then second step, I will go in with a really big fluffy brush just to soften it and blend it out. So let me get my bronzer matched up on this side and I'll show you how I blend it. And again, we don't want to go all the way into our nose with this bronzer. Same goes with blush. We stop right in the center of our eyes, so right where our pupil line up. We don't want to go any further. So imagine it's kind of like 2/3 of the way into our face, but we leave this third on the inside completely open. That's where we've got our highlighter. And then we've got the bronzer on the outside 2/3. So I have absolutely no product on this brush. It's brand new and clean. And I'm just blending. So there's no harsh lines. See how elegant and soft that looks? Not the exact words I'd use to describe gal makeup, but you guys get what I mean, right? Okay, so where we put our contour, we want to do the blush on top of that, so even higher, okay? And where'd that Huda brush go? So this is the same one that we used to like highlight under eyes. Gonna flip it around, do the other side. And honestly, I've got so many blushes that I like. What can we do? Let's try this one. So this is the Cover FX soft peach. So I really like the Cover FX blushes because one side is matte and the other side is shimmer. So I always put the matte side on first and then I pop on my shimmer. And some people even take it all the way up to their eye. But I feel like when you have more like red, pink sort of shades around the eye, it sort of starts to look a bit more Menhera. But you can definitely do a bit of blush up under the eyes. But again, we're not bringing it all the way in here, okay? We're stopping right in the center of our eyes, so right in that pupil area, okay? I feel like I'm being like so strict today. I feel like a bit of a sassy mom. Sorry, I don't mean to come off rude or anything like that. I just get asked so many times, what am I doing wrong when I'm putting on makeup and stuff, so I like to give an explanation. But you can totally do your makeup however you want. This is just the specific sort of guidelines for Gyaru makeup, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. If you want to label yourself as a Gyaru, these are sort of, I would say, not really rules, but guidelines guidelines that we'll generally stick to when doing our gal makeup. But honestly, you can do your makeup however you want. You don't have to fit into any group or any label at all. Just be yourself. See, it's easier said than done sometimes. See how this guy was wanting to creep in a little bit too far? No, we'll push him out. So there's a little bit of that white highlight powder still on there, so trying to cover it up a little bit. Okay, I think we need it to be more pink because this is looking quite like orangey peachy. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my I Heart Revolution Peach and Glow. This one here. A little bit higher. Let's take it higher. Yes. Oh, I like that. Okay, and now we're doing the same thing with our blending brush. I'm just blending everything together. Cool. Okay. And I didn't forget, we've still got our Beauty Blender concealer here, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do my Gyaru nose stripe. And I take mine all the way down to this little part of my nose here, so I'll show you. This stuff dries pretty quick, so you don't want to leave it sit on here or you're gonna not have a fun time. Okay, and I do a little bit just over my eyebrows, like in that little triangle shape. Just a little bit. That's not a little bit, Allie. I get carried away sometimes. I've got the too much gene, okay? Okay, so we gotta be quick. I made it a little bit too wide at the end here, so I'm gonna try to tighten it up a little bit, okay? But first what we wanna do, how about we get a white eyeshadow. What we got hand here? Elvira, she's great. So I actually really love this palette. So I really love this palette. Every time, I don't wear it often, but every time I wear this blue, I always get so many compliments, seriously. But this blush here goes with everything. It's one of my favorite shades. It's almost like a blush and a bronzer. It's so pretty. I actually like using this color in the crease of my eyeshadow a lot as well. So you know what? I might actually do that today. I might actually use that color. But first, I'm just taking a white eyeshadow here. And setting that stripe. Okay, so because I've made the white highlight too wide, I'm going to take my contour stick. This is a Nude Sticks one, and I'm just gonna bring it in tighter because we're trying to create the illusion of a skinnier nose. Because we're trying to create the illusion of a skinnier nose. If we put the white like way out here, it's gonna look wider. That's why we want to sort of pinch it in. Okay, I'm gonna blend that a teeny tiny bit, not too much. This is the same brush that we used to do our cream contour before. So I'm just barely touching it. You can even like put a little bit on your eyebrows if you want to. And I'm just setting that with the same contour powder. You want to be really slow and patient so you don't make mistakes like I just did. It will save you a lot of time in the long run. Okay, perfect. So I actually really love this Lunatic contour palette for Gal. As you can see, the blushes are nearly non-existent. They're beautiful colors. And when I have my gray hair, these top 3 shades here, this is a really light gray, so I like to use that in the middle of my eyebrows, like a brow powder, and this is a darker gray. This one here is more neutral. It's a little bit more purple tone for me. That's why I haven't used that one as much. But yeah, they're beautiful colors. Definitely a palette to invest in, and as you can see, they pop out as well, so they're magnetic. You can buy the individual refills for them if you've got your favorite colors. I think I've gone through about 2 or 3 of these white shades. They're so good. So first I like to do, oh, haven't even done brows yet. Okay, what am I doing? Who knows? So I really like the KVD brow pomades. The taupe color is usually what I use for gal. Be really light-handed with it because the more you press on the brush, the darker the color is going to be. For some reason, KVD taupe is a little bit lighter than Anastasia Beverly Hills taupe. This one is just a touch darker. But even lighter, this is the Ash Blonde from Tarte. So this is their Amazonian Clay Brow Mousse. I don't think they make it anymore, unfortunately. I wish they did. It's like my favorite color. It's so good. I'll put these in order from lightest to darkest just so you can see. I'll swatch them on my hand here. Okay, so as you can see, this first one here, this is the Tarte Ash Blonde. The middle one is KVD Super Brow 24-hour pomade. This is the taupe shade, and this is Anastasia Beverly Hills taupe, which is a little bit darker, a little bit more gray. But yeah, depending how dark of a gray that I have my hair, I use them all. That's why I have them all. I even have two of the Tarte one because it was discontinued. I bought them when they were like half price, so I stock up. I'm a bit of a makeup hoarder if you can't tell. When I see something new that I think I'll like and I haven't tried it before, I'm like, you know what? I need it. I don't know how to say no. A bit like that. Okay, so do you remember this? We used to fix my nose that I f***ed up. Well, the other side is actually a highlighter. So this is light medium 1. So you've got a light highlight shade and then the contour shade was the medium. So actually, let's do this first. What colors we're going to use today? Let's go with Huda. So I'm taking a really small pencil brush in this middle color here, this sort of gray shade. And we're creating a shadow underneath the eyes. And believe it or not, I actually have, my eyes are sort of sunk in here naturally when I've not got makeup on. So when I squint, it actually has that line there already. So I just sort of follow that. I've got kind of deep set frog eyes, okay? Not to mention they're hooded as well. When my eyes are fully open, they look like this, but then close. See? That's okay, we'll fix it up later. I'll show you my secret. Just in case some of you guys might have hooded eyes like me. But yeah, we're making sort of like, we want to create the illusion of enlarging our eyes without it looking too like cosplay and cartoony. There's a difference between cosplay makeup and Gyaru makeup. With cosplay makeup, a lot of the times people will use a white eye pencil inside the eye, but with Gyaru makeup you want to use more like a natural sort of concealer skin tone color. Again, natural. More natural is what I mean, because again, this is not a natural makeup by any means. Could you imagine if I'm just like, oh, woke up like this? Nah. Can't relate. I wish. That would make life a lot easier, wouldn't it? Okay, so again, like I do with our contour and blush, I apply it with a really small brush. Like this eyeshadow brush is tiny. And then what I do, but then this brush doesn't have any eyeshadow on it at all, but what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use it to blend. And we wanna blend the bottom edge, so not so much the top edge. We're gonna kind of almost like crease it with a concealer in a minute. I'll show you what I mean. But we want it to be the darkest on the edge closest to our eye. But then when it sort of blends down into our highlight, we want it to be really blended at the bottom. Okay, so back in with our pencil here. I need a drink. So with our pencil, we're gonna use this like eyeliner, but because it's so creamy, it is really gonna go on smooth, but we're gonna need to set it with a translucent powder. See the difference that makes? Come on, I'll set one eye with shadow. What color do we want to use today? How about we use this sort of vanilla color? So you see the difference? This one stands out a lot more. And you can even, because I used a matte sort of vanilla shadow, you can even go over the top, take it a step further with like a bit of shimmer. What have we got? I'm gonna dip into this sort of shade here in my Lime Crime palette. So this one is Aura. Oh, that's pretty. And we're just doing the outside of the waterline because we're gonna do black eyeliner in the middle, but we want it to be light on the outside. What some people like to do, they'll even take like an eyeliner, oh my gosh, my nose itches. They'll take like a glittery eyeliner and they will draw a line under their eyes as well, which is really cute. Maybe we can do that at the end. I've got like a white Sephora glitter and then this Urban Decay. They do a bunch of different colors, the heavy metal glitters from Urban Decay. But yeah, I'm gonna do this eye off camera and get my hair out of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, so here I've got my KVD 24 hour super brow pomade. So I'm just using this on the very tail end of my brow where I don't have any hairs. Using a pomade on the more sort of sparse areas of your brows. I like doing that because it's a lot more pigmented. Sometimes a brow powder doesn't show up. Like, brow powders are great because they give your brow hairs a bit more volume in the places where you do have hairs. So I like using the brow powders as well because they're a lot more natural. Sometimes if you're a little too heavy handed, like I can be with my pomades, it can feel a little bit too dark sometimes. And with Gyaru brows, you don't want your brows to be too dark. So if anything, you can actually even use like a brow mascara to lighten them. So I've got really dark brownish black eyebrows, so I draw them on a lot lighter. And I find that it helps when I do my foundation, because I actually will cover my brow hairs with the foundation as well. So when I put a lighter color on top, it still shows up. But yeah, you might find that you have to do quite a lot of layers to actually get the lighter color to appear on your brows. But yeah, with a Gyaru brow, you want your brows to be quite thin with a very prominent arch. And I find that they are slightly thicker in the middle where they connect to your nose contour, and then they thin out as they get further out towards the tail past the arch of your brow. So I'm just softly blending the front of my brows. I don't want a harsh line at all. So just marrying that brow color together with my nose contour. And here I'm just setting my brows so they will really stay all day and be completely waterproof. But also using this translucent setting powder is going to help lighten them a little bit as well, because I felt like I made them a little bit darker than I meant to. So I'm just trying to fix it up a little bit. And then just dusting that off. Okay, so here I'm taking this white eyeshadow called Bone from my Lunatic Cosmetics Labs Elvira palette, and I'm just using the white to highlight my nose stripe further. And then I'm taking this blush here on my Morphe eyeshadow brush, and I'm just blending this blush. It's called Super Unleaded, so I'm blending that through the crease, making it and then making it a little bit darker on the outside half of the eye and a little bit like lighter and more blended as I get up through like the center closer to my nose contour and my eyebrow, making it softer and more blended in the middle. And you can see I kind of wing my eyeshadow up, so that's because I'm going to be drawing on eyeliner, which goes quite low. And then I'm just gonna do my other eye really quick off camera. BRB. Okay, so here we've got our Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, and I'm just taking this gray shade in the middle here, and I'm putting that on the outside corner and working a little bit of it up into the crease just to add a little bit of dimension, just shading slowly building up that color. You don't want to do too much at once. What's that saying my grandma would always say? Slow and steady wins the race. It's easier to build up and add on more color rather than getting impatient and going in straight away with a really dark shade and then be like, oh my god, what do I do with all this eyeshadow that's on my eye? It's way too dark now. So yeah, I always like to start little, add little by little, and slowly build up that color. And you can see here I'm just blending that gray shade in with the Super Unleaded blush that we did, and I blend as well on my eyelid too. Okay, so here I'm going to take this dark brown shade from my Lime Crime Venus palette. So this shade's called Icon, and I'm just smoking it out on the outer edge of my eye, almost creating like a wing with it. we really want the eyes to be darker on the outside edge. Okay, so I've got my little shader brush. This one here is from Sigma, and I'm working a little bit of that brown shadow icon just underneath my waterline. So very slowly building it up because I don't want to do too much, just a little bit at a time. And you want the outside corner to be the darkest. Even you could add a little bit of black if you want to make it a bit deeper. And then towards the inner corner, it just really blends out beautifully, really soft. And I've just taken a little bit more of that brown shade icon, just blending it a little bit more with that Morphe brush. It's so pretty. I love these colors, so nice. So I'm doing a lazy man's cut crease today, okay? So I'm taking my Sigma, I think this is the small concealer brush, and I'm just packing on those pink sort of shimmer shades. I'm using the light pink on the inside of my eye, closest to my nose contour, and then you can see I'm packing that slightly darker pink shade in the middle of my lid. So the darker pink is going to blend into the dark brown, and then the lighter pink in the middle of our face is going to blend into like our nose contour, and we'll probably pop a little bit more of a whiter highlight on in a minute. We'll see. But yeah, this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, the Huda Mauve Obsessions. I actually wore these pretty pink shimmers on my wedding day. I love it so much. And they're so easy to blend as well. It's like a good pink sort of neutral palette. To me, it's what I call neutral because I'm a pink person. Beautiful. Do a little dance? Okay. So here we've got our 3CE switch pots. They're kind of the consistency of like a glitter and a loose pigment. They're really interesting. It's almost like chunky, sort of like scale sequin texture, but what's cool about them, they're sticky, so you can stick on your loose glitters, which can be a bit annoying sometimes. I always hate when I have like loose glitters and then I have to go through all the effort of using like a glitter glue to get them to stick. You can't just put them on their own. But like, what if I'm in a rush but I still want to be a little bit like extra and blingy? That's where these 3CE switch pots come in. Because they're quite sticky, you can layer your loose glitters on top, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I've got this shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So this loose glitter that I've got is called Frosted, and I'm packing that on the inside half of my eye and then just leaving the pink pigment on the middle. So it sort of has like that. This is like an iridescent sort of like white glitter, but in the light it has like a lavender shift to it. It's super pretty. I really love it with the colors in my hair as well. So it's almost like a lavender holographic, but then with that pink, beautiful pink iridescent shimmer towards the outside. Just blending away any fallout. Don't want a glitter mustache later on. Definitely not. Okay, so I'm wiping off that Alpha H lip plumper that we had on, and just to make sure that my lipstick will stick. Sometimes with the plumpers, they can feel a little bit oily, so that's why I like to wipe them off. And then I'm just using my beauty blender sponge that has a little bit of my foundation on it already, just whatever excess is on there, and I am blending it out. And this lip pencil that I have, one of my favorite colors ever, it's called Wifey. So Wifey from Huda Beauty. And this lipstick here, this one is called Munica by KVD Vegan Beauty. So these are her Studded Kiss matte lipsticks. They're not as dry as a liquid lipstick. That's why I love using a matte bullet lipstick. And like, look at this packaging, super like Rakugo, so cool. Very like heavy metal, I love it. And this one here, I've lost the cap. I'm disgusting, I know. So this is KVD's whiteout lipstick. So I love mixing this with other colors to make them a bit white, or if you're doing like more extreme Ganguro, Mamba, Yamamba styles, you can totally just wear this as a white lipstick on its own. I do have Jeffree Star Drug Lord, but I feel that the bullet lipsticks are just so much creamier. They're not as dry on my lips, and they blend really nice with other colors as well. So here I've got my favorite mascara of all time. This is the Tarte Big Ego mascara. I love it because it is literally the biggest mascara brush I've ever seen. Like, if y'all have seen one bigger, let me know, but she is huge. Oh my god. And the reason I love a big mascara wand, like, I don't have very many lashes, okay? This brush creates the illusion that I've got really fluffy and fluttery lashes, but it's even more perfect once I put my false lashes on. This really coats the false lashes because the brush is so big. Absolutely beautiful. And I'll show you later on how I apply my false lashes and put mascara on them. And I do about 3 coats of mascara here, as you can see. Then in a second I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Surfer Curl mascara. So the difference between the two, Tarte Surfer Curl, this is a curling mascara, and because, I mean, I know some people I've seen curl their bottom lashes, but I've tried before and it's really, really hard for me. So the brush on Surfer Curl, you can see how much smaller it is, so you can get really close to those little baby hairs on the bottom lash line, really close in the inner corner there. Like, I have some really teeny little babies. But this brush is perfect. It tapers at the end, so it's almost like a Christmas tree shape. But yeah, I'm only putting this on the inside half of my lashes. We're going to keep the outside half of our lashes coated in that concealer. And later on you'll see I actually go in with a nude colored mascara. It's not white, it's like a nude skin color, and I'll put that on my lashes in a minute. Okay, so best waterproof eyeliner of all time. Man, let me tell you, I have the oiliest, most sensitive, watery eyes you can imagine, especially being someone who wears contact lenses. And let me tell you, this is the only pencil liner that I have used that will stay put in my waterline. Seriously. But yeah, this Marc Jacobs highliner in shade Black Ore, it literally stays put. It does not crease, it does not smudge, it will stay on your eyes all day. You can see I only put it on the middle half of my eyes. So we're going to keep that white concealer on the outside corner just to create that dolly eye effect and really open up the eyes and have that really cute like droop going on. So we're only putting the black liner on the inside half of our eyes. If you see where my circle lenses end, I try to, when I look straight forward at myself in the mirror, I try to line up my eyeliner line perfectly with the black outer limbal ring of my circle lenses, just so it matches perfect, so it actually looks like my eyeliner is part of my contact lens. Okay, so here we've got our KVD Vegan Beauty all-time fave tattoo liner. So this liner is a brush tip, not to be confused with the KVD ink liner, which is a felt tip. I prefer a brush tip when doing the inside corner for my Gyaru makeup, just because a brush tip liner is going to be skinnier and thinner, so you get that really control and precision over your brush. A felt tip liner will deliver you a blacker black, but with a brush tip, the more times that you go over it, so you have more control of what color you want your line to be. So you'll see later on when I draw like under my waterline under my eye, I actually almost have got a gray looking effect, but here, because I've gone over the line multiple times, it builds up to a darker black. With an ink, with the ink liner, which is a felt tip, the felt tip is just one solid black all the way. And same, for example, with this liquid liner that I have here. So this one's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I like using this over top of glitters. So you're going to notice with a brush tip liner, it is very difficult to draw over top of any like chunky texture like glitters and shimmers, pigments, things like that. So that's why I like having a true liquid liner on hand. The only thing I find with this liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills, it is very wet, so I do have to keep my eyes closed for about 30 seconds. I'll sing a little song, count to 30, keep my eyes closed. Otherwise, if I open them too soon, I will get a big black line and smudge everywhere. The tattoo liner doesn't do that. So the tattoo liner, because it is a brush tip pen, it dries super quick. But only downside, when you use the tattoo liner over top of glitters, it can ruin your brush really quick, and it's quite expensive. It's like a $20 eyeliner. I don't want to ruin it, you know what I mean? I just like to create a line somewhere to act as a guide for me when I stick my lower lashes on in a second. So today the lashes that I'm going to be using are Dolly Wink number 1 Sweet Dolly, and one of my second faves. So these are also Dolly Wink. Not using them today, but I use them really often in a lot of my other gal looks. Sweet Girly number 2. And for upper lashes here, these are style number 1 Sheedy Shangpin lashes. They're just random ones actually that I found on eBay. I know that you can also get them on AliExpress, Taobao, but I'm going to be stacking 2 pairs of lashes together today, and I just used a clear duo latex free lash glue, and I'm just fanning my lash here just to dry it. Some people have the bad habit of blowing on their lashes. If you do that, you're just going to blow bacteria, and we don't want bacteria to get in our eye, you know, especially when we're wearing contacts and things like that, which makes us more susceptible to getting tears and rips in our eye, causing conjunctivitis and things sometimes. But yeah, you want to be careful. So I'm just placing this lash further down, so past my natural lash line, because I want to sort of create the illusion that my lash line is extended and my eyes are a lot bigger than what they are, just to really open them up a lot more and create that really sort of cute and sexy effect. And I always start, I will either set my lash depending on how the glue dries, like I'll either sit it on the middle edge or on the outside edge. I will pick an edge, I will start there, and then I will push it down on the opposite side and hold it there for a few seconds, and then I will push it down in the middle just so everything is connected and make sure that it's secure and stays put all day. and with these lashes once they're on. So I push them into an upwards position just so that they, once the lashes dry, they dry sort of curled upright. But because if they're just pointed down, they'll look sort of like you can barely even tell that they're on your eye. So that's why you want to sort of lift them and push them up. I always like to use the end of my nail, but you can even use like a lash wand or a tweezers. Here I'm doing that same thing with the mascara. You can see pushing the lashes up, and sometimes I'll even take the mascara wand and I'll hold it there for 10 seconds, and I'll really wiggle it close to the root of my lashes to make sure you get that nice lift and curl with them. I think it looks super cute and really adds dimension to your fake lashes. Okay, and I've got one more trick for you. So because we've only done our bottom mascara on the inside corner, this here is completely white, like from where we put our white eyeliner and white shadow. If by accident we've gotten some of the black mascara on our lashes, I have a secret weapon. So this is Marc Jacobs eye primer. So if you put a little bit of this on your bottom lashes, on the outside here, that is gonna make them concealer color. So it's not exactly white, it's actually a skin tone color. This is actually an eye primer. This is a mascara primer. So if you put this on underneath your black mascara on your regular lashes, this is going to make them have more volume and a lot fuller, almost like that 3D lash fiber effect. So that's what that's for, but dual purpose, hey? I love when products are so versatile that you can really use them for anything that you want or need them for. But yeah, just a little tip from me. I don't know if anyone else out there in the world has tried that before, but pro tip. And now for our bottom lashes. Okay. Not to mention, using black mascara on your false lashes is a great way to take any of that fake sort of shine off of them. Sometimes the synthetic lashes can look really cheap and plasticky, depending, especially if I get some really cheap ones from eBay, and I find that using mascara on them makes them look a lot more realistic. But yeah, that's just a little tip and trick from me. If you guys try it, you'll have to let me know what you think. And we want it to extend just a little bit further outside of where our natural eye ends. So that's going to create the illusion that our eyes are a lot bigger. So we don't want to put it all the way up to the lash line. But then on the inside half, you can put it closer to the lash line. I haven't worn these ones for a while. I always forget how dramatic they are. They're super cool. And I'm gonna do the other eye. And if you don't have nails like me, another great tip for really getting them to stick down, I get a bit scared with the sharp end coming like straight at my eye if you're using tweezers, but I actually flip it around and use the more like blunt side of the tweezers. It's a bit less scary that way. Okay, and now we're gonna add one last finishing touch now that I've got my lashes on. So this is the Heavy Metal Urban Decay liquid eyeliner, and this color is called Grind. So where we did our little under eye sort of tear bag highlight, I'm gonna take this glitter and put that right on there. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Yes, that is awesome. I've seen a lot of girls doing this. I haven't actually tried it myself, so this will be my first time putting glitter under here. But yeah, I haven't had a lot of use for glitter eyeliner. If you guys have some recommendations, that would be awesome. Please let me know. That is freaking awesome. Okay, so I've accidentally got some glitter in my eyelashes on this side. So where's my mascara? Just gonna cover it up. Got it in my hair. Of course I did. That's the kind of day I've been having. What about you guys? Can you relate? I mean, I feel like that's been the whole kind of a year I've been having. I mean, do y'all even want to talk about 2020? I sure as heck don't. Oh my god. Ah, that's better. But yeah, I'll give you guys a close up. Close up of my outfit today. Thank you so much for watching my Gyaru transformation. I hope that you guys really loved seeing this look, and if you haven't ever heard of Gyaru before, I hope that you enjoyed seeing this transformation and learning a little bit about what it is. If you would like to know more about Gyaru fashion, we actually have an amazing magazine called Papillon, which I will link down below. The models in Papillon, they are so cute, like best babes ever. Like, it's a super great mag for finding sorts of outfit, makeup, and hair inspo. It is so precious, seriously, and it's completely free as well, so you can either view on your mobile device, like whether it's phone, tablet, whatever you've got, or you can choose if you're viewing on a desktop as well, because it will rotate the pages and be a little bit bigger. But yeah, completely free. You can view it online. You can download the pages as well. But yeah, please check it out, Papillon. And Papillon, they also have a Facebook page as well as a Instagram page that I will link in the description box, so you can follow them if you don't already and see all of their latest updates about the new issues coming out. But yeah, if there's something that I left out, or if you're like an OG Gyaru and there's something that you do that I don't, I would love to hear like our differences. Maybe give me some ideas for future makeup as well if you want to drop a suggestion in the description box below. That would be super awesome. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of, I'm so tongue-tied. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!